Let us look at the saints being celebrated today, 25th of December. One of the celebrated saints is Saint Eugenia of Rome. She was an early Christian martyr venerated for her faith, virtue, and courage during the Roman Empire's persecutions. Her remarkable story highlights her unwavering commitment to Christ and her ability to inspire others to embrace the Christian faith. Eugenia was born into a wealthy and influential Roman family, possibly in Alexandria or Rome, during the reign of Emperor Valerian. Her father, Philip, was a high-ranking Roman official, serving as governor of Egypt. Eugenia received an excellent education and had access to the privileges of the elite class. Despite her pagan upbringing, Eugenia was drawn to Christianity. After reading the letters of St. Paul, desiring to dedicate her life to Christ, she fled her father's house, dressed in men's clothing, and was baptized by Helenus, bishop of Heliopolis, who sent her to an abbey of which she later became abbot. Living as a man under the name Eugenius, she excelled in prayer and humility, earning the respect of her fellow monks. Accused of adultery by a woman she had cured of a sickness and whose advances she had resisted, she was held before a judge to answer the charges. The judge was her father, exonerated when she revealed she was a woman and his daughter. She converted him to Christianity. He later became a bishop and was beheaded for his faith. After her father converted to Christianity, Eugenia returned to Rome to continue her mission. Eugenia converted many others, including her mother, Claudia. During Emperor Valerian's persecution of Christians, Eugenia was arrested and condemned for her faith. She was martyred around 258 AD, likely by beheading. Saint Eugenia's feast day is celebrated on December 25th. She is honored for her courage, faith, and ability to inspire conversions to Christianity. Her story became a source of inspiration for many Christians facing persecution. Saint Eugenia's life exemplifies courage, sacrifice, and a profound love for Christ. Her decision to forsake worldly wealth and privilege for a life of faith remains a powerful testament to the transformative power of Christianity. Saint Anastasia, also known as Anastasia of Sirmium and Anastasia, the pharmacolatria or deliverer from potions, is a Christian saint and martyr who suffered for Christ during the time of Diocletian's Christian persecutions. She is one of the 7 women commemorated by name in the canon of the Mass. The suffering of Anastasia tells that her father was a noble pagan named Pretextatus, and her mother was Saint Fausta of Sirmium. Because her mother was a Christian, Anastasia was baptized as an infant and secretly raised with Christian values. Following the death of her mother, Anastasia's father gave her in marriage to the pagan Publius, but she preserved her virginity. During the persecutions of Diocletian, Anastasia visited the prisons and cared for the confessors of faith. She would feed, doctor, and ransom suffering captives. Anastasia's servant informed Publius. He locked her up and beat her. Anastasia began secretly corresponding with her advisor, Saint Chrysogonus, who had gone to Aquileia. He told her to be brave, be patient, and accept the Lord's will. After the death of her husband while he was on embassy to Persia, Anastasia distributed her property to those less fortunate and suffering. She then set off to follow Chrysogonus to Aquileia. Chrysogonus was personally interrogated by Diocletian, but he never renounced his faith. Chrysogonus was ordered to be beheaded and thrown into the sea. After his death, Chrysogonus appeared to Zoilus, a presbyter who found his relics and foretold the martyrdoms of SS, Agape, Coney, and Irene. He asked Zoilus to send Anastasia to the 3 sisters as encouragement. 9 days later, Anastasia visited the sisters just before they were tortured. After they were martyred, Anastasia buried them. Anastasia spent her time traveling from city to city caring for Christian prisoners. She healed their wounds and relieved their pain. She was given the title deliverer from potions, because she would often heal many from the effects of poisons and potions. Anastasia was arrested in Illyricum and taken to the prefect of the district for being Christian. He tried to persuade her to deny her faith and threatened her with torture. Anastasia could not be swayed, so she was given to the pagan priest, Ulpian in Rome. He presented her with the choice between riches or suffering, luxuries or torture devices. She chose torture. He gave her 3 days to reconsider. Enamored by her beauty, Ulpian decided he would defile her purity. However, once he went to touch her, he was struck blind and his head burst into extreme pain. On his way to his pagan temple, he fell and died. Saint Anastasia, now free, set out to care for imprisoned Christians, along with Theodota, a pious young widow and faithful helper. After Theodota was martyred, Anastasia was caught once again. She was ordered death by starvation and was starved for 60 days. But Anastasia was not harmed. It is said the martyred Theodota visited her and fed her during this time. The judge decided the prisoners, including Anastasia and Eutychianus, would be killed by drowning. They all entered a boat with holes in the base, but Saint Theodota appeared to them and steered the boat to shore. Once they landed, Anastasia and Eutychianus baptized 120 men. Following yet another escape, Anastasia was taken to the island of Palmaria. She was staked to the ground with her arms and legs stretched out and burned alive. Saint Anastasia's relics were taken to Constantinople, where a church was dedicated to her. Later, a hand and her head were transferred to the monastery of Saint Anastasia, near Mount Athos. The entire account of Saint Anastasia's life and tragedies are believed to be purely legendary. All that is certain is a martyr named Anastasia died for her faith in Sirmium, and her memory is sacred.